Hello there. This is William here. I've been talking to a few of my family members, and I told them that yes, I picked up the coronavirus about 10 days ago now. I will give a complete rundown of what's going on, and I'll try to let people understand what the timeline is for this nasty little bug that I have. First of all, my son picked it up first. He goes to an international school, and about 2.5 weeks ago, he got a runny nose and a little scratchy fever one weekend, and he got through that, no big deal. And then the Wednesday, first week of March, he got a fever. He came home from school, and that was it. He had a fever and a cough, and we shut him down from school, and he hasn't been back since. No, we didn't think anything of it. We figured it was just a typical bug that a kid gets. He didn't have a really high fever, and his cough was pretty loose, and he was spitting up phlegm. So within a few days, everything worked out for him. Within 5 days, in fact, he seemed fine again. He was out shooting hoops by the Monday after the Wednesday when he first started showing the signs. Now it's ironic that Friday, that he was a couple of days into his fever, I got a scratchy throat and a runny nose, and I kind of joked to my wife, said, "Oh, fuck, maybe I've got the corona, right?" And it was just joking around. And the weekend went fine. I obviously more focused on our boy than anything else. And as he got better and better, the next week, the second week of March, by Wednesday, March 11th, we were out shooting hoops and threw a baseball around, and everything was fine. My son was, he was still a little weak from his sickness, but he was coming along. He had a one-on-one game against the kid, neighbor, and he said, "I was feeling a little faint at times, Dad." But I said, "Well, yeah, you're out of shape, but that's fine." But I felt fine that night. Went to bed that evening, and then I woke up in the middle of the night, March 12th, I guess, Thursday, March 12th, sometime in the middle of the night. I had these pains in my chest. Now, these weren't the pains in your chest, like Fred Sanford, "I'm coming for you, Elizabeth." It wasn't that type of a pain in the chest. I felt these sharp little pains on both sides of my left and right sides of my chest, almost like it was like a little sword fights going on inside my chest, little sharp pains. And the rest of the night, it was kind of a restless sleep. And I woke up Thursday, March the 11th or 12th, or whatever the day is, and I was feeling like shit. I had the flu for sure. I knew I was sick. And again, at this point, I didn't think anything of it as far as, I'm just getting whatever my boy had. And again, I've been following the coronavirus bullshit and the media hype and the government hypes around the world, and the mass hysterias. And I'm not a big fan of buying into crap that unless you do your homework. And I've been reading up on it, and I knew it was a bad bug, but I wasn't thinking that it was as bad as they're painting it to be. So, like I said, as my Thursday progressed, my cough started to come, and it was a pretty incredible onset of a cough, because, like I said, the night before, I'm playing hoops with my son and throwing a baseball, and I'm not even remotely hacking away. I'm feeling pretty good. Thursday night by 9 p.m., when I coughed, it really hurt. I mean, it was an incredibly huge transition from just 24 hours earlier. When I coughed, it hurt. I was spitting up phlegm, and I suddenly realized that those little sharp pains in my chest were the virus having a battle royale with my antibodies in my body. And like I say, like little sword fights, and it then started to maybe make me realize, holy fuck, maybe I've got it, man. I mean, my son goes to an international school. His classmates have parents from China, from South Korea. They're traveling all the time. We have an airport just a couple of kilometers away from where we live. I mean, not all these cases are reported, and there's an incubation period, and you don't show any signs. And so I started doing my homework, and I watched the Joe Rogan podcast with Dr. Osterholm or whatever, the guy from Minnesota, the University of Minnesota. I started reading up on the on the actual symptoms. And yeah, the little scratchy throat and the runny nose was a precursor to what was to evolve. And again, I didn't want to buy into hype, but I'm also a realist, and I'd never experienced anything so horribly quick like I did with this chest cough that I got, and the spitting up a phlegm. And I mean, I've had some pretty nasty diseases in my day. When I was a kid, playing in the swamps and in the ponds, I got typhoid fever as a kid. My sisters can remember how delirious I was for quite a few weeks from that fever. When I was 14, I got acute mononucleosis, German measles, and tonsillitis all at the same time in grade 9, and I missed 6 months of school. I mean, I've had some sicknesses. I know what sick is, and I got to tell you, man, this is a beast. This is a beast. I mean, since last Thursday, which was March 12th, I guess. This is Monday, March 16th now. I've been progressively kind of up and down on a yo-yo. I've had the wicked cough from the Wednesday or the Thursday night onwards, or Wednesday night onwards into Thursday. I've had a sore throat. I've had a bit of a fever. The fever's not that big of a deal, but it's the chest. It's the wheeziness. It's the congestion and the fact that suddenly your lungs go from pretty beautiful operating conditions. I'm a guy that not too long ago at Christmas time I was holding my breath underwater at the pool for over 2 minutes. I guarantee you I'm probably not going to do more than 20 seconds right now. So yeah, she's curtailed my cardiovascular system quite nicely. Thank you very much. So just as I progress through this illness, I'm hydrating a lot. I'm eating lots of vegetable soup with broccoli, cauliflower, or carrots, and with a nice broth with pepper and cubes of chicken or beef or whatever, just to flavor it up. I'm doing the right things. I'm staying home. Obviously, my family's out right now doing the old shopping thing while I stay at home. I'm obviously self containing myself here under quarantine for the next few weeks. I mean, I don't have severe illnesses in my body right now as far as from my past. I don't think I have high blood or diabetes or anything. I'm pretty healthy. I've got psoriasis, so that's a bit of an immune system issue. So that could be one of the reasons why I picked it up. I am 60 years old now. In another month I will be. So I am at the cusp of being in a danger zone for old fuckers. But I think it's just a matter of letting this puppy, do its course and stay proactive. There's not much else you can do about it, man. You just got to let your body fight it off. If I do go into a pneumonia state where my lungs are going to fill up, obviously I'm going to need oxygen and probably hospital treatment. But I'm staying away from any kind of fucking medical place, man. They're cesspools for diseases, and they're cesspools for my immune system to get even more compromised. So right now I'm hanging out with my dog and my family, and my son's already had it. My wife, I think she had a bit of a scratchy throat and a runny nose too the week that I had it, the first few days. I think she's okay. She's 38, she's younger, so I think she's going to do okay. And my son, he's quite fine now, just a bad attitude, typical preteen. So here's my word to everybody out there. If you are compromised of any way health-wise, you better start being proactive, because this fucker's coming to get you, because there's no borders for this thing. It will hit everybody, or at least a vast majority of the population. It's silent, it's contagious through the air, and you won't know it, because the person who's going to give it to you won't exemplify any types of symptoms until it's too late. Just to let you know that. So the panic, that's not going to help you. Wearing masks ain't going to help you unless it's one of those fucking completely sealed masks around your face, those N95s or whatever. Those surgical masks, it's a joke, people, so don't fucking start doing shit like that, and gloves and stuff. Just be proactive and stop being mental. You're going to get through it. It's a bad virus. It's a virus on steroids, I got to tell you, man. And people are going to die. People with autoimmune deficiencies, people with illnesses that they're already compromised. Uh, but it's not just an old people's disease in the sense that, younger people in their 40s and stuff will get it. Even some kids get it. Like my son at 12 got it because he's an athlete and he's swimming and he was playing ball a lot. So, he obviously got a little bit weakened from playing all those sports, and it found a way to get into his system. But, the bottom line is just weather it through. It's going to be around for quite a few months. I know that for a fact because I'm just the beginning. I'm kind of actually lucky in the sense that I'm one of the guys that got it first. So woo, 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 woo. When I get better, I'll be able to walk around and say, you fucker, you're next. You're next, man. I know what it feels like. So, I mean, obviously at my age, there's still a risk of me kicking the old big one, but I don't think I'm going to be coming to you yet, Elizabeth. I should be fine in a few weeks, although I do feel like shit. I have good days and bad days right now, and sleeping seems to be the worst because I'm laying in a prone position. I think I'm going to start propping myself up so that I can breathe a little better, because at night it seems to, the sleeping seems to definitely have an effect on me. But anyways, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on what's happening here. Share this with people because it's not all doom and gloom. Yeah, it's a sickness and it's contagious, and people are going to get sick from it. And stop being mental. Just stay at home when some of you got it, and quarantine. Let the thing fucking die off. That's all you can do. Stop thinking that's the apocalypse. It's a wake up call for us to realize that we got to start being a lot more prepared for things in life, instead of taking things for granted, and stop taking your health for granted. Well, those of you that are older, just get yourself in better shape. And those of you that are younger, get in shape. There's too many of us that are taking our bodies and our health for granted. So anyways, peace out. Love you. Just let people know what's going on, okay? Share this if you feel that it's important for people to understand. It's not the end of the universe. Could be the end of me, but I'm a pretty tough old bird.